Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Fran, I'm from Venezuela, and today we are going to be watching a video called What to Know Before Going to a London Pub. But let's check out what we should know before going on this adventure. And comment, like, subscribe, and start.
Pub culture is a big part of life here in the UK. So if you're coming to visit London, I definitely recommend that you experience it even if you don't like drinking. Now, I have lived here in the UK for over 9 years now, and I've picked up on a lot of cultural norms and social rules that you might want to know before you step foot into your first pub. So I will pass them along to you in this video. And by the way, if it's your first visit to London, I have a special freebie for you at the end of the video, so make sure you watch till then to get it. Okay, let's go have a drink, or four.
Or four, okay, they drink a lot. Love it.
We are at the Hillgate pub here in Notting Hill, and I'm gonna have a pint of beer.
Famous neighborhood. It starts quite early. I think it's daylight, which surprised me a little.
The #1 drink to order when you come to a pub in the UK is always going to be
a beer.
The classic beer. Order it by the pint, and there's always loads of options, so you can either get a taster to see which one you might like the best, or just pick one that looks good. I wanted a lager, so I went for an Asahi, which is a Japanese beer.
I would want all of them. I want to try everything.
When is the best time to go to a pub? I'd say is between 5 and 6 p.m., which is when
quite early
people get out of work and they'll go with their friends and their colleagues to go have a pint at the pub to wind down and decompress. On the weekends,
so like an after
pubs get busy much earlier, usually around lunchtime, and also Sundays are really popular because people love to go and have Sunday roast.
Oh yeah, because they sort of like sit down and eat.
Where is the best place to have your drink when you're at the pub? There's a couple of different options. If you come into a pub and you see a table that's free, you're free to take it as long as it doesn't have a reserved sign on it, and just bring your drinks over and pop your stuff down. If there's no tables available, you can also go stand by the bar, which is actually the most social place and it's probably where you're going to strike up a conversation if you want to. Finally, if it's a nice day out and it's crowded in the pub, you'll notice that lots of people will go stand outside of the pub and have their drinks out there and enjoy the sunshine, or at least not having any rain.
That's weird, but sounds fun. Standing outside of the bar with your beer.
How do you get a drink at a pub? In most pubs, you will need to go to the bar to get your drink, so don't wait for someone to come over to your table. The only exception is if you're in the restaurant part of the pub, which then someone will come take your food and your drink order. If you visit
they have a separate part.
Wait patiently in the queue, don't push through, and once you get to the front at the bar, you'll want to make sure you make strong eye contact with the bartender. Don't be on your phone, otherwise they will pass right over you.
Yeah, they're not going to pay attention to you, makes sense. That bar looks very old. Well, actually, old pubs look beautiful.
We're at the very famous Churchill Arms pub here in Kensington, and I'm gonna order a cider here. So let's do it.
Cider, like the type of alcohol, like a wine-related drink. I don't think that's a beer. Cider, you know, cider is just another type of alcohol.
At this pub, I've ordered a cider, which is one of the most popular drinks to order at a pub. It's an alcoholic beverage, not dissimilar to beer, but it's made from fermented apples and also sometimes pears.
It's really good.
Every pub will have a pretty good selection of ciders, but to make it easy, you can just ask which cider is on tap. Little fun cider fact for you. 45% of households in the UK drink cider, and the UK is the country that drinks the most cider in the entire world.
Really?
Cheers to that.
Cider is really good, actually. And I want one.
Have my cider. I'd be very happy in a couple of pubs. Do you tip at a pub in the UK? So you don't have to, and it's not really expected. However, of course, you can. And the way that you do it is that you buy the bartender a drink. I would recommend doing this in cash, so you can leave some coins, or
what do you mean you buy them a drink?
Like what they're worth? Jar, which gets spread across everybody at the end of the night. Or if you're paying by card, you can buy them an actual drink, but they won't get the cash, just so you know. So I usually say bring cash, then they can decide if they want a drink or they want the money.
Yeah, I would think they want the money because they already get free drinks. right? No?
Never have to go too far to get to a good pub. Pubs, especially in London, are such a local affair. You just go to the good one that you like nearby where you live. And you can do the
One in
same
each
thing
quarter.
with wherever you're staying. But if you still need help finding good pubs around London, then check out the Casual Tourist Guides, in which I tell you some of the best pubs in all the different parts of London. Link in the
Seems like a
description
lot of
box. Check
pubs,
those out.
actually. Like, all of them are so pretty. Like, look at that.
Make sure you say cheers to everybody that you're with before you start your drink. That is a big cultural yes here in the UK. To make sure you raise your glass up, clink it with everybody else's, say cheers to everyone, and look them in the eye before you have your first sip, because it acknowledges that you're all friends and you're all gathered to have a good time. Don't miss that one. Cheers.
Like, something that, like, I'm noticing is they have a lot of flowers and
Just
plants.
outside
I
of
love
Windsor
it.
Castle, and I'm gonna go inside and have a gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic, so good. I love how her, like, beverage choices, like,
Gin
she
is
hasn't
a
missed.
distilled
Love them.
alcoholic spirit that comes mostly from juniper berries, and gin is actually the most popular spirit here in the UK now. So you will always see loads of people at the bar ordering a gin and tonic, because it pairs
little
really
lemon?
well with tonic. It usually comes like this when you order it, and then pour it yourself. And there we go.
I'm wondering how much she's actually drinking, because she's gonna be so wasted when she's done.
At the pub, it's never a good thing. Usually it happens around 10:30, and the first bell means that it is last call. So if you want to get another drink, you better get up to the bar and get one quickly. The second bell means the bar is closing, can't order any more drinks, so all you can do is finish your drink and head out.
No, it's so early. It sucks.
What do you wear to a pub? The answer is,
oh my god,
whatever
you want.
Pubs are super casual, so there's no dress code. And you might notice some people who are quite dressed up, but it's only because they've come from work, or maybe they're off to another special occasion, but otherwise it's casual.
Yeah, I think that you can just, like, wear whatever you want to. There's no, like, a dress code. They all have gardens.
Most
I love
pubs
it.
are kid-friendly here in the UK. A lot of them will have kids menus, they'll have high chairs, coloring books, and they generally welcome families to come, especially during the day. So don't be surprised when you come into a pub and you see lots of kids around, and don't be afraid to bring the whole family when you're here.
Wonderful experience. Yeah, seriously, all of the pubs, they have, like, flowers and plants.
Right behind me is the Ladbroke Arms, a pub in Notting Hill, and I'm gonna go have a Pimm's.
Pimm's? I don't know what's that. Maybe it's a beer? Oh, no, it is not a beer. It's a cocktail.
Pimm's is the classic British drink to order at the pub in the summertime. It's made up of Pimm's, which is a gin-based liquor with lemonade and lots of chopped fruits and a bit of mint mixed in.
Like a sangria.
It's especially popular during Wimbledon, one of England's biggest sporting events. So when you come to a pub on a sunny day in London, order yourself a Pimm's cup.
Yeah, it's like a sangria or like an Aperol Spritz, something you drink like in the summer.
How to order food
that looks good.
at a pub. Most pubs serve food, and a lot of pubs serve really good food. So you have two ways to be able to have some food while you're there. First is to sit in the restaurant section of the pub, which operates more like a restaurant where they'll come over and serve you and take your order.
There's like
or
a waiter.
if you just want to sit in the regular pub area, you can grab a menu from the bar, pick out what you want, and order your food at the bar, and then they'll come deliver it to your table.
I'm wondering what kind of food do they have? Like, it's just like snacky things, or they have like burgers or steak?
It is customary when you are at the pub with a few friends to make sure you buy a round, which basically just means you buy all the drinks for everybody at one time. It also means that if everyone's buying a round, only one person has to go up to the bar at a time and queue. Do not be the person that leaves the pub before you buy your round, because you will not be invited out again.
Okay, so always make sure to buy a round.
Strike up a conversation with somebody at the pub. Despite Londoners being a little bit more closed off to conversations with strangers than usual, once they've got a pint or two in them, people are a lot more friendly, especially in pubs, which are really casual social settings. A great way to strike up conversation is when you're in the line to get a drink at the bar. And another way is if you see a couple people on a long table, ask them if you can sit on the other end of it and you might start chatting too. Also, Londoners love to give recommendations for the area that they live in, so you can always ask someone for recommendations for restaurants, bars, other pubs, and that is a great way to start chatting to someone.
Yeah, that's a really good tip.
If it's your first time visiting a pub and visiting London, then make sure you get my free London 101 guide. It has everything you need to know for your first visit to London. Click the link popping up over here or in the
London 101
to get that for free.
She's like a travel guide.
For your visit to London,
I love the fact that she still has her drink.
The ones popping up next to me that you can watch next. Love beer.
So
I look angelic.
you look good.
Thanks, babe. Thanks.
Yeah, this is really sort of like eye-opening, I would say. I would love to go to one of these pub crawls, visit all those pubs, because they honestly, like, they look great. Everyone, like, it's insane how each and every single one of the pubs that she visited was gorgeous. Like, all of them was like surrounded, they were all surrounded by nature. They had a lot of gardens, a lot of plants. Even like on the tables, they had their little like flower like centerpieces. And like they had gardens, and they had like the trellis with like an ivy or something like that, and they looked beautiful. So I don't know if it's because she's sort of like a travel, like she does like travel. I don't know what travel guide, maybe that's the right term. So I don't know if like she chose those because they're like the prettiest ones, or like all pubs around London are like that. Like it doesn't matter like where you're going, like each and every one of these pubs, like it's stunning. About the drink choice, I think obviously like she started with a beer, like it makes sense. Like you don't want to like, it's less I would say like fussy maybe, like it's just, you know, have a beer, like whatever you have on top. But I was surprised that you can like, it's normal, because in my head I was thinking like if you're going to a pub and you know, a pub crawl, you're gonna be visiting like a lot of pubs. I think like in my mind most Londoners would be like just beer, like you're gonna have a beer like in every one of those pubs, and each in every one of those bars is just like beer. Maybe you're gonna switch beers, you know, you're gonna have like I don't know, like a lager or whatever, like different types of beer, but always beer. But I was surprised by the fact that no, it's actually like normal that you can like have cocktails. She had, you know, the gin and tonic and the Pimm's, which I would love to try, because she said it's like the national and the classic like pub drink in the UK. But I was a little surprised by that, because I thought that it was just like beers, and if you were like, oh, I'm gonna have maybe something fancier, like I don't know, a Manhattan, or I don't know, a Negroni or something like that, people are gonna be like, we don't tend to do that here. Like it's more of a either have a beer or and a drink that is sort of like shit, maybe like common in the UK. But I was surprised. It's like, no, you can have cocktails, like it's normal, it's okay, it's a bar, they're not gonna look at you weird. So we love that, and it looks like such a fun time. And yeah, I had a great time with this video, and hopefully you did as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.